Yeah, I mean, I have trust and faith in my guys, and my job is to get the ball out, play on time, and do whatever it takes to execute. We're not. He's a great player, both 90 and 56. Definitely two dogs, and even up front, their D tackles are really good too. But this is the first time we're playing against really good DNs too. But I think he's probably the best defensive player in the league, other than Michael Parsons and a couple other guys that are standing out in the league right now. But got to be aware of them. But at the same time, we got to have confidence in what we're doing, and they got to play us too. Like, we're not just going to lay down and just submit because he's the best player. We're really good players on the side too. So looking forward to competing against those guys, but got to do my part and just playing clean.
Specifically, what does it take to grow as a quarterback week to week? Obviously, hard work is a large part of the equation, but what specifically do you do to improve?
Just routine, getting back to your routine. Just it's not really rocket science. It's what you make it your own. Everybody kind of has their own recipe for success, and me personally, it's just my routine and turning it every week for that team we're playing. And just working, just working hard, just being hard on yourself, being critical, being accountable on everybody, including yourself, and holding everybody to a standard of what it takes to win. So, I mean, that's what it takes.
Jimmy Ward said that the first couple of games he came, talked to you on the sideline and said, hey, I can take some of this off your plate and help talk at certain times, share the load of leadership. Like, how do you have... What was that conversation like from Jimmy? Have you seen that from the rest of the team, and and kind of approaching that role throughout the team, I guess?
Yeah, Jimmy's been amazing. He's helped me a lot. Not only him, Jalen has helped me, and a couple other guys who are vocal leaders like I am. And I didn't want for me to always be able to say something when the team is asked to be brought up, and because I feel like then I just become a voice. And when other guys say something, it means something too. So, of course, I'm cool with being up front, being the front line every time. But it helps a lot when those guys take some off my plate and speak to the team and speak to people and hold people accountable. Because it's hard on me all the time just to keep everybody accountable with my two eyes, because I can't see everything. And when you have it on both sides of the ball, I think it's a recipe for success. So Jimmy and those guys have helped me a lot, and of course with some other guys on offense as well. So it's been good.
CJ, y'all had rookies that really contribute in that win in Jacksonville. Obviously, yourself, Tank, Will Block the kid, Henry was calling the plays on defense. How intentional have you guys been as a rookie class about sort of taking it upon yourselves as a class to change the direction of this franchise? I know that's kind of the larger picture as opposed to what y'all do week to week, but how intentional have y'all been as a group in terms of doing that?
Yeah, when we first came in, we wanted to set the foundation of why they drafted. Like we all said to each other, they drafted us together for a reason. Like, we all play off of each other, we all eat off each other, and we set that standard that we weren't going to go anything short of success here, and we were going to bring hope to the Texans. But on top of that, I mean, the guys who we kept were also great players as well. So it wasn't just the rookies trying to hold that standard and set that foundation. I think vets and rookies and guys kind of in the middle, we all came together and we said that we were going to do anything in our power to try to make plays, and those guys help us just like we help those guys, being young, energy guys. So we kind of play hand in hand, but definitely we wanted to set a foundation of who we were and where we come from, and the winning cultures because everybody that we brought in were winners in college. So we kind of wanted to bring that winning mentality.
CJ, how good was
it? What has been the biggest key to you and Tank having such good chemistry so early?
I would say just extra work put in after practice, OTAs, and then going into camp, and then just spending time off the field. Tank are really close off the field. If you see me around the city, you're probably going to see Tank. So we're always hanging out. That's one of my best friends for sure. And same with other guys too. So, but I think that has to do with some of it.
You talk about seeing you around the city. Has he took you to any cool Houston spots since he's been here for a while?
Not really. We're kind of like secretive, private guys. At least I am. I know for a fact. But we be chilling. We don't really do too much.
CJ, I talked to one of your
I don't want to. I'm not a person. Y'all know me. I'm not a person to toot my own horn, but I don't know, man. I would say I'm mature for my age. I kind of get that from how I was raised and kind of my background, and really this is how I've been since I've been a child. So I don't know. I just feel like I kind of understand the purpose of not only football, the plays we're running, the scheme we're trying to get done, the execution, how important little details are. And it is a testament to like the football I played beforehand, and then just kind of I think my mindset, how God kind of wired me, was to be really locked in on the little things. So I think little things turn into big things. Like you win little championships every day, little successes, those turn into the big ones. So, and that's why I talk about routine. Like I don't want anybody to think like I'm coming here every day doing something super crazy to like try to play as best as I can. I kind of just stick to what I know. And work really hard at that. So I think that's just the big picture. It was just a little successes going into the week, trying to win those and then make it big. So.
One of the main priorities of QBs is to take care of the ball and be able to do that for the first 3 games. Some QBs get it a little bit sooner than others. For you, when did it click, and how much pride do you take in being able to, not give up any picks?
Yeah, our first team meeting with the team, D'Amico, his big point was protect the team. And my first drive in a Texans uniform, I threw an interception, and of course it was a crazy to 30-26. Like I was young. I mean, I am still young, but I was a lot younger when I am now. 30-26, man, just lick your wounds. If it's there, rip it. If it's not, check it down. Play smart. And I learned from that moment, and I learned from other moments that I had little nuances where I should have took check down there or done something else. So. Just learning, and I think in college, Coach Day definitely held me to a standard because he knew I could see the game well, I could read coverage, I could anticipate really well, and he always told me, like, you have what it takes to not throw interceptions, so use that, and that's something that I take pride in, is just not putting my defense in a bad position, and even against the Colts, like, I felt terrible for fumbling. I got to put third hand and squeeze it on my chest, pause. But yeah, man, I definitely got to just protect the ball. My bad. Yeah, my bad.
Before the season, there was a, a lot of talk about whether you all had enough wide receivers. Obviously, it was wrong. What do you feel like makes
Not funny.
receivers special?
Man, I think just the tenacity and the mindset. Because honestly, like before I even like could like give advice or try to help, I think like Neek, Rob, of course Rob's a vet. Neek, Hutch, like Tank, Mitch, like those guys already had a great feeling of the game, and then you added Bobby into the situation where he comes from a system of being really crisp, precise, and intentional with our route depth or like our angles coming out of routes, and I think you put that with the knowledge that I kind of present. I don't know everything, but I know some stuff. And then you add the tenacity and the kind of the feeling of the game, those 3 combinations. And then, of course, being and our rest of our coaches, their input, that's all a recipe for success to get everybody better as practice goes on and just building chemistry. So I think we definitely have a good feeling for each other now going into week 4, and we're just trying to build into that.
Got time for 2 more, okay?
Since you've been here, how has it been just developing this early foundation relationship with Coach D'Amico Ryans? Because you guys talk a lot about changing this franchise and stuff. When you take a look at franchises who have seen a lot of success, they've had that quarterback-coach relationship for a long time.
Yeah, D'Amico is definitely somebody that I trust. He's somebody who's done it before. He gets what we're going through every week and week out. So we've had honest conversations, just what we want to make this team, the standard it takes, and the calluses you have to build before you even line it up on Sunday. And that's OTAs, training camp, then that's practicing before you play on Sunday, building that toughness. So when it comes around back in November, those tough games in December, where it's make or break your season, you're calloused up and you're ready to go to battle against those tough opponents to win it all, or to get to where you want to go and check those little goals off that you make before the season. So he gets that, I get that, and we've had honest conversation on what we want it to look like, and he holds me to a standard, which I appreciate, and he talks to me constantly about things I like, things I don't like, and just trying to make this Texans organization better for its good, and I appreciate him even letting me have an input. So I think it's been really great.
CJ, Sarge, we'll go with you and then finish with Brandon.
CJ, you talk a lot about the camaraderie that you have with your teammates on and off the field. How good was it to, talk trash to some of those Notre Dame players after the
Yeah, man, it was cool. Definitely was super happy for my Buckeyes, man. It's a hard-fought game. It's never pretty, you know what I mean? Playing as a Buckeyes, you're everybody's Super Bowl. So shout out to my guy Kyle, Marv, Matt, Cade, the O-line, running backs, Chip, Trey, Mayan, defense, Lathan was hitting. So, I mean, my boy Jay Proc, there's so many people I can name. Denzel locking up on the outside, Tommy Two Thumbs, a.k.a. Bobby Boucher, my guy JT, Jack Sawyer. I can name everybody, but yeah, it was great to watch. So it was funny to I had a bet with JP and Kurt, and it was funny to kind of get a couple laughs out of them boys and get them in that Buckeye gear. It felt good, man. It felt good. So.
So, CJ, when John asked you earlier about the Steelers and their defense, you gave them their credit, but at the end you were very sure to say, hey, they got to play us too. And then throughout the time we've been here, you talked about how the rookie class come from winners. Why is it important to have that mindset and that confidence of not just, hey, respect the opponent, but also, hey, the opponent got to respect us when we step in too?
Yeah, we men. You know what I'm saying? We ain't laying down for nobody. And I respect everybody. Like, if you made it to the NFL, it's respect. And to play against a franchise that comes from winning, that Mike Tomlin hasn't had a losing season, which a ton of respect for that guy. Got to talk to him at my pro day. A great dude, great man of God. But like they would say the same thing about us. Like, you know what I mean? If we were the best players in the world too, you know what I'm saying? Everybody is really good at their job. That's why we in the NFL. But you don't tuck your tail for nobody, and you play with a confidence. But at the same time, you stay humble. Definitely, that's my MO, staying humble, but having that swagger, that confidence of a killer mindset while staying humble. And I think Deion Sanders has it really good, where he's talking always about like building himself up, building like our team up, because the world shoots us down on a constant. And if we're always shooting ourselves in the foot, because don't get me wrong, we're not perfect. And the other team watches film, they know that, but they know, we all know we're going to play hard for each other, and that's all it takes, man, to get a dub and to execute. So just as important is to respect the other team, it's just as important to respect yourself and know that you are one of the best to do it in the league. And I think as a team, like, we're going to try to prove that every week and go out and play really hard. So.
Thanks, CJ.
All right, man.
Thanks,
Have a good one. God bless.
Locker room's closed.